Hello and welcome to part 6, I think, of this 1UZ swap into a Mark 4 Supra. So as you can see, the main thing is the engine is finally back in the car, the gearbox is bolted to the engine, and everything is where it should be. Well, sort of. The engine mounts are fine. The gearbox mount, I am still in process of I'm not going to say fabricating because that's not how fabrication should look like, but I'm using OEM Sora engine mounts and making an extension to that so that the gearbox can stay where it should be. So moving away from mounting the engine, I've run the clutch line, which I need to reroute because it looks horrible in here. But it's AN3 line straight to the BMW slave cylinder, and I did bleed the clutch without filming, and I did manage to get it working pretty much fine, apart from and I don't know much about clutches in all honesty. When I was fully depressing the clutch pedal, it wasn't working, but as soon as I moved about 10-15 mil off the floor, the clutch was operating fine all the way up to when you release it, and there was like, you can feel the biting points. So I think I'm just gonna adjust the clutch pedal and make sure it doesn't go past that point. Moving on to the interior, I have done a bit of work in the sense that I have stripped more stuff. So I've taken some trim off. I still need to take that off. I've sorted the wonky brake pedal. It's a lot better now. There was a missing bushing, or like plastic inserts, which I have reinserted. I have started reassembling the interior, as you probably can't tell. So one of the panels is back in, but I'm just waiting for some good weather so I can open up the garage and just take everything out of here and do a much better job. The next thing is the shifter. So again, partially utilizing the OEM Supra bits. So the silver bit there is the OEM automatic shifter panel thing. So it's the platform that bolts right into the Supra shell. Then there are a couple of plates that have been welded in, and then I'm using this pretty much generic gear shifter, and as you can see, it is now almost working. So I do need to tighten up the gear linkage, because it's fine going forward and backwards, but then because of how it's made, it's not very great at going side to side at the moment. So I need to tighten that up, and initially I thought that this gear linkage will be way too high, but it's not too bad. It's probably still a bit higher than where I want it to be, but overall I'm probably just gonna leave it as it is. Main thing is it works. I'm happy with that. So I got distracted there for a bit. So the reason I got the panels all off is because they had a bit of nice wood paneling on them, and initially I thought it was maybe genuine stuff, but it's basically all this sticky stuff. So I was kind of happy when I saw what it was, and I thought, oh, I'm going to take it off and it's going to be all nice. However, this is what I'm left with, which is just a lot of adhesive, and the coating is ever so slightly damaged, more and less in some places. So I'm going to have to sand it all down and just give it a nice some sort of satin black or satin grey colour, but I can deal with that later on. And the last thing is the gearbox mounts. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get to it, basically. So the gearbox mount gonna look something like original Sora engine mount. Then there's a plate that I've bolted to it, and then I can weld something to hold the original BMW ones, original BMW mounts. And then if I can, and here's how the gear linkage looks like. So basically, this is the original. This is the original part, BMW part. This is a threaded insert sort of thing, and again, this is original BMW stuff. It's all been cut sort of here, a threaded rod welded into this side, and then I need to tighten this while someone holds the gear linkage, so it's fixed in the right place, and then that's that gonna be sorted, and then I'll be able to move on to the prop shaft. Another thing to mention is, let me get out of here. Another, and the last thing to mention, I've picked up an exhaust of a Mk4 Supra. Basically a guy who has same sort of Supra, so it's Mk4 Supra 1UZ, and he made an exhaust for his, and then he went to a turbo route, so he was selling the exhaust, so I've picked that up. Unfortunately, it's not in this garage and it's raining, so I'm not gonna go and show you it, but it looks pretty nice, and I've got a fair deal I think for it, and it's gonna save me some time, but that's a job for another week, not even another day, another week. Another nice little purchase, brand new genuine Toyota fuse cover. It was cheaper than buying a used one, so that's nice. So I think that is it for today's short update. I've not actually been able to spend all that much time on the car, not as much as I would have liked anyway, but I feel like it's moving in the right direction, and I've got a clearer plan of what needs to be done. So yeah, I think that's it. If anyone has any comments, positive or negative, feel free to leave them down below. If you would like to consider subscribing, that would also be nice. If not, fine, not gonna force you. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.